what you're going to be doing for your project is you're going to be creating a drawing of a letter um, that is kind of based off of something that letter represents. We're going to be looking at this artist. His name is Adam Bertels, and Adam is an illustrator, and he creates illustrations for a variety of different people. Some of the stuff that he designs includes logos for stores, so like maybe like the sign that you might see when you walk in, or like the sign that you would see on a bag when you get it. He also creates like the labels for different food products. So like if you had uh, like a bottle of ketchup, he might design what the logo would look like on the ketchup or stuff like that. He also does these little posters. This one's pretty cool. It's these little paper dolls made out of that are supposed to be basketball stars, and all the different parts of the body move, and you can kind of play around with them. And he did one of Michael Jordan. He also created a coloring book called The Monsters of Rock, which was inspired by different rock musicians, typical like around from like the 70s and 80s and 90s. If you want to check out some more of his work, you can click on this link right here, and that will take you to his website. I tried to pick out some musicians that maybe you have heard of before. So some of his examples are K is for Kiss, and you can see the similarities between his drawing and the musician that he was uh, using it for the example. So you got Gene Simmons from Kiss with his crazy long tongue and his black and white face paint. Then we got N for Nirvana, a rock band from the 90s with Kurt Cobain. You can see Kurt singing with his guitar and his yellow hair. You can also see the logo that Nirvana has, the smiley face logo, which you may have seen around before. And then we got B is for Bowie, which is David Bowie, and this version of Bowie is his Ziggy Stardust era, and you can see the similarities with his red lightning bolt on his face. And then we got T for Tupac, who was a rapper who died in the early 90s, but you can see the similarities between the bandana on the letter and the bandana that Tupac wears. You can see he's wearing or using a microphone rapping, and he also included the tattoo that Tupac has on his stomach. So what you are going to be doing is you're going to be choosing your own letter to create and turn into a monster. The letter that you choose needs to represent something, whether it's an object, a person, or like an activity that starts with that letter. So some examples that you could do is you could do different foods, like S is for strawberry. You do different sports. B is for basketball. V is for video games. You can also do people. You could do people that you are familiar with or like your friends. You could do M is for mom. You could also do famous people, musicians, sports players. An example could be like B is for Billie Eilish. First thing, you're going to want to draw your letter on your paper, nice and big. It can be uppercase or lowercase. Then you need to start designing your letter into your monster of whatever it represents. I chose to do T is for tennis because I really like playing tennis. Um, you'll want to make sure that you add a face and with eyes and a mouth onto your letter. Give it some detail, such as maybe does it have clothes, arms and legs, is it holding anything? Once you have your drawing all drawn out, you're going to want to take a black pen or marker and outline it to make everything stand out a little bit more. You'll also want to make sure that you add some type of background, whether it's the ground, things around your letter, in addition to just drawing the letter. Then you can go ahead and color it using markers, colored pencils, crayons, and there you go, my finished drawing.